So today we're going to be continuing our scenario where civilization starts over. We are on episode 50. So let's go ahead and start over here in the Americas. If you remember, the brown team had a major push into these countries over here, but they got kind of destroyed in the long run. Same with the New Jerseyans over here. But these guys promise they won't take any land from the brown team. So it's now just up to Michigan to take a land. So let's see what Michigan takes. So Michigan is actually just only going to take this amount of land. They just don't want too much land. We're coming over here to the Lime team. Let's see what happens to them. It's gonna be interesting. The Michiganders are gonna take all of that land right there, and well, the yellow team's just gonna take the rest of this land because they did do a significant amount in this war, and of course, the capital is now just a major city of the yellow country. Interesting borders here. Coming over here to the yellow team, we could see that, well, the blue team gets all of this, and then the pink team gets this pretty big piece of land, and pretty much doubling the size of their country. And the yellow team is just, well, reduced to this. Coming over here in California, they're going to fully annex Oregon, which probably should have happened already. I mean, that was not very, what? But now we have a big power over here in the west, and they are, well, they're just chilling. So in this peace treaty, the Dark Science team gets all of that pretty large amount of land, which like triples the size of their territory. And the gold team gets that, which pretty much doubles the size of their territory. So now there's only 3 Mexican countries instead of 4. Cool beans. I guess. The teal team in Brazil is gonna take all of the dark green country, which is pretty crazy. That's a large amount of land. So yeah. Guyana is gonna annex all of French Guyana, and yeah, Venezuela is gonna annex all of this land in Colombia, making a pretty large northern South American country. What? What? No, I don't want to recolor. Oh my God! Somehow though, they're able to get Ecuador, which is very interesting. Nobody really knows how they managed to do this, but they keep their capital there, so that's while the purple Bolivians are gonna get all of Peru. That was a very quick South American peace treaty. Yeah, there's a lot less countries on this now. So the blue French are gonna get all of this land from the Dutch, and the Southern French Union is gonna get all that land from the Dutch. The beige slash light yellow German country is gonna take all of these lands, including lands from the Dutch and the Polish, of course. This guy's not gonna get anything, but the gold team is back. They're back in Germany. They're smaller than they used to be, but uh, they're still here. And then time for the new country. So Poland will be divided like this. The blue team down south here gets independent, and a red team right. No, not all of that. This is wrong. It's 1 pixel. This red team gets independence. Then this like light yellowish beige kind of country gets independent. And then that's it. I will do capitals later. So looking at this peace treaty, we could see that the Orange Italians get all of that Bosnian land, while the Greeks get all of that land. And then a familiar face pops up, being the Lime team. They're back. Um, yeah, they're they are also a pretty big country. And the rest of this is gonna go to that like light beigeish country. So that's the peace treaty. Also, the Ottomans got dismembered again. Now let's go up to this peace treaty. So the yellow team is, well, they're back. The light bluish team will take all of that land, while the kind of limeish kind of color country, dark lime, gets all of this land. And surprisingly, the yellow team will regain control of all of this land. It's a very interesting kind of thing. But Ukraine actually doesn't have anything happen to it. It's just made sure that they become a democracy. Coming over here to this peace treaty, Egypt annexes all of the Sinai country. I don't really know how to pronounce it. Yeah. And they also take this small amount of land right here. It's pretty important, but it is a small piece of land. The Dark Lime team gets all of that land. And Arabia is treated with all of this land from the well, the dark purple country that was over here. The brown team gets all of this Persian land, a large amount, and they actually do unite with the orange country right here. And, well, this is how they look. The North Indian Federation will get all of that land, and this will stay as its own country. The orange country right here actually won't take any land from Tibet, and will just want it to turn into democracy after the war. Coming over here, the North Indian Federation is going to take all of the the Sri Lankan puppet state right here, and it will reunite. No, that's the wrong layer. I'm on the religion layer. It will unite with this guy to form the North Indian Federation, and they will also take this amount of land from Sri Lanka. This is pretty much now just the Lime team, except a little bit smaller. Not a little bit. It's actually pretty much a lot smaller. Hey, but it is the North Indian Federation, and they're still they're back. So for the South, people, the Taiwan and Hainan are gonna be taken by the Filipinos. Purple team does get some land, but it's actually disguised for something much bigger, which is them getting all of South China. South China just didn't really care in the war, so yeah, they now have, well, they're now fully controlled by the purple team, which is interesting. We'll see how this plays out. The Dark Cyan team up in Asia will take all of that land, and the green team. What was going on? But I just forgot about me making this video. I don't know how that happened, but anyways, the Dark Cyan team will also annex all of this land as well as this island right here. So pretty good for them, and they're now the former green team that was in that area. Kind of died due to the whole thing known as, well, fashion versus democracy. And, well, the yellow team will get all of their land back right here, so that's pretty cool. By the way, I'm pretty sure this is the first video of Daily Upload Week. Also, I just realized the Paint.net thing is right there. I don't know what I'm doing with OBS. I don't know what is going on. Anyways, let's look at the Peace Treaty of Australia. So a new province will have to be created, which pretty much divides this whole big one. So the green Australian country will pop up. First of all, I have an anti-aliasing on. There we go. So the green Australian country, it pops up, and it will take a couple of items with it, including these couple of items right here. While these ones are going to get divided. And what I mean by divided is just it turns into its own nation. So there you go. This whole place is now its own nation, um, not ruled by anybody else. Except I am going to make it a little darker yellow because you can't really see too much. And now the red Australian country is looking a little familiar to another red Australian country in Wix. And I just remembered, I forgot Sweden. So the Norwegians will get all of that, and then the Kola Peninsula is going to get all of that, which all of this I'm pretty sure used to be its own country. This new land they just got, but now it's a part of them. It probably like doubled in strength, I would think. Maybe even triple. Norway probably doubled, and well, Sweden is fairly little. And well, Denmark is going to become its own nation independently. And I think that's honestly it. I did say that these guys didn't lose anything, just the government changed. And I'm gonna do capitals off camera, but anyways, that is gonna do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. It was a very, very, very short one. It's under 10 minutes, which I